COVID-19 situation in the country. The total number of COVID-19 patients in the country is at 146, with the new discovery of 3 cases today. At the moment, 126 patients are being treated at the hospitals. The 32 cases reported from the Colombo district is the most number of infected cases that have been reported from a single district. 25 patients have been discovered from the Putlam district, 24 from Kalutara district, 11 from Gampaha, 4 from Kandy and 3 from Ratnapura. According to the Ministry of Health, 1 infected person each have been discovered in Kurunagala, Galle, Batiklo, Badulla and Jaffna districts. 21 people have left the hospital after being recovered. In more news, health officials have taken the necessary steps to quarantine 49 people who have closely associated a corona-infected person from Pannila in Beruala. Here is a report of the situation of the areas where the affected individuals were discovered.
Public Health Inspector in charge of Pannila in Beruala, H.T. Jayanaka, said that the residents who lived close to the first corona-infected patient were sent to quarantine. He added the residents of the area have been informed not to leave their houses and measures have been taken to strengthen the security in the area. 6 out of the total number of patients that were found yesterday are from the Kalutara district. A few infected people were found from the Akruna city that has been placed under lockdown. According to our correspondent, they are the family members of the first infected patient.
His family members, including his wife, has tested positive for coronavirus. Sri Lanka Army is carrying out investigations to identify the locations where the person went and the people he closely associated.
According to the police, the van was destroyed when it was parked at a garage in a Singhalapiti area in Gampala around 10 p.m. yesterday. The van was used to transport the infected patient from the BIA to his house in Akrana. The van had been hired for rent by a resident in Negombo and was owned by a person from Pussallava, Gampala. Upon learning about the van, the Gampala police had informed the medical officer of health of Udapalata, Gampala, about it yesterday. According to our correspondent, the medical officer had recommended that it is not necessary to sanitize the destroyed vehicle since the van was discovered days after the incident. Meanwhile, 10 infected patients were found in Putlam yesterday. 1 person out of a 6-team group who had arrived from Indonesia and Thailand tested positive for the virus last week, and their relatives were also quarantined. The 10 infected patients were directed to a quarantine center by their family members. Meanwhile, the government took measures to distribute essential goods to residents of the Nathandi area where an infected patient was found.
I am currently standing on the Gamunumavata in Nathandia. People in Gamunumavata in Nathandia and 6 other areas have been prohibited from stepping outside their homes. People in 14 houses has been quarantined as of now. The reason being the discovery of 5 COVID-19 patients 2 days before from this area.
2 children and her husband of the 46-year-old woman have been self-quarantined. The area of Atalugama is still under heavy security and is completely being isolated.
It is from this location where essential goods are being transported to the shutdown Atalugama area. 18 people in total have been infected with coronavirus in the Kalutara district. 5 of them are reported from the Atalugama village. 1,280 people have admitted themselves to be self-quarantined at their homes.
Meanwhile, 200 families were quarantined in the Hattendikoi area. They were quarantined upon learning that a pastor had contracted the virus after distributing food parcels at a religious gathering in the area.
Yesterday, we identified 43 relatives and other people who had associated the second person who passed away due to the coronavirus. All 43 of them were sent to the quarantine center in Punani last night. We also had to quarantine the doctors and nurses who were treating the second person who passed away as a result of COVID-19 at the Negombo hospital. A sense of panic was seen among the people after it was revealed that 21 people had been infected with COVID-19. A person from Putlam who had returned from an overseas trip in Thailand and Indonesia had tested positive for the virus day before yesterday. The same night, we directed 68 people who he had contact with to quarantine. Out of these people, we only ran tests on those people who showed any symptoms. However, upon a request made to carry out tests on those who were placed in quarantine at the Zahira Vidyalaya, we did so and identified 10 people who had in fact contracted the virus but did not show any symptoms. The infected person from Putlam had flown in through a Malaysian airline on the 17th of March. 36 other people had also flown in with him. We kindly request them to self-quarantine.
Responding to the request made by the government, 2,913 people have self-quarantined. Under the quarantine and criminal law, strict legal actions will be taken against those who haven't got registered for the quarantine process. It's reported that a few people are still not adhering to the laws of quarantine. We have taken steps to arrest them. Today we are talking